Looking at the world through a clear view, got both eyes up wide. I'm too woke, I'ma say things that the news won't. This is wide awake, this is wide awake. Never say something that I don't mean. Never stand for something you can't prove. Real facts, we don't get it from the memes. It's wide awake with lace, so don't snooze. Looking at the world through a clear view, got both eyes.
But yeah, man, so we're back. Wide awake with Lace. I'm here with the co-host with the most, Mr. Troll and Timmy. How you doing today? You ready? You ready to get going?
I'm trying. I mean, I guess no one can hear me.
Well, can you hear me now?
Speak too quietly.
Can you hear me now?
What up?
Yeah. So let's get into talking about this quantum computer. I mean, basically, what it is it's a computer that's probably about 25 times more powerful than the biggest, like, okay, let's say the most powerful computer that we have right now, okay? Let's say that computer can literally read a library of somewhere around like 15,000 books, let's say in 10 minutes. One after another, after another, after another, after another, after another, right? Well, this quantum computer, this new technology that they're coming with, this stuff can literally read every one of those 15,000 books in seconds, simultaneously. So at the same time, this thing in seconds can read what took our best of the best computers 10 minutes to read. Like, if it doesn't sound like that much if you really think about it, right? I mean, you know, it's kind of like, oh, well, you know, well, whatever, you know, I mean, that doesn't really even sound like much more. But in the computer world, when you can get something that's doing something, let's say 10 times faster, literally, than what our top thing is doing, that's scary, man. That's almost human-like. And that's what a lot of experts are saying, Tim. They're saying that this is gonna, you know, this is gonna be the human's replacement. This is gonna be what thinks for CEOs and for factories and for, you know, this is what's gonna be the main robotic brain.
I just want to know if it can beat IBM's computer in chess.
I think it probably could. I mean, I think if we were betting, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, you know, if anybody's watching, I don't gamble.
DraftKings, I'm hooked on you. I want sponsorship.
Hey, we need a sponsorship before we can mention that shit again. But yeah, you know, I definitely think that this could probably smash the shit out of the IBM computer in playing chess. I mean, all jokes aside, I think we're talking about a completely different level of technology here. I think, you know, this is the stuff. You know how you know, crazy weapons and stuff gets developed, and, you know, real time thing. When a computer can real time think, we got a problem.
Right, and I think this is going to be a problem though later on when stuff like this we have more access to. Think all your currency and all that is digital. People, the right people with this type of technology, we're fucked.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I get what you're saying, man. I mean, definitely, this shit falls into the wrong hands. It's over, and I'm almost under the assumption that it's already fallen into the wrong hands.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, these guys. See, the problem is our government. They wind up finding these guys long before they could ever even make a name for themselves.
Right.
They wind up finding them in their first year of Harvard. You know, these scientists, these people who do these crazy studies. You know, they find them very early, and they pretty much paint a really pretty picture and you know, tell you you're doing good, and tell, you know, they'll dress everything up. You know, I mean, for example, a lot of these driverless cars, right? This is the same type of technology that is with these driverless cars. So, you know, with these driverless cars, they paint a really pretty picture to you, right? They say, oh, well, this is so you don't have to worry about it. You can read a book while you drive to work. Oh, well, you don't have to worry about those pesky stoplights and stop signs and all that. You don't have to worry about hitting the brake and the gas and all that. We'll take care of it all for you. But guess what happens the minute you go 2 miles over the speed limit? Bam! They sending you a ticket in the mail. Guess what happens when you got a warrant out for your arrest? Bam! Car gets shut off. Car gets shut off and they come and get you and those bracelets get slapped on you. You know, and that's just 2 shitty examples of something that they don't tell you. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to appease you. Oh yeah, do this and we'll give you a break on your insurance, or do this and we'll do that. You know, like they're going to make it sound really good until they wind up getting. I think I read somewhere there the CEO of General Motors said that by the year 2025, he wants the majority of cars that are getting produced to be driverless cars.
So then we're a world that forgets basic things now, like driving.
I mean, how simple is fucking driving? And not to mention how simple is it, how much of a good thing was it to learn how to drive? You know what I'm saying? Like, it made you a man. It made, you know, there was just things that, you know, you got that father-son time. Now, I didn't necessarily have that father-son time, but, you know, other people do.
Stealing your mom's car when she's sleeping.
How you going to steal your mom's car when she's sleeping now? Good fucking point.
Now she'll have an app to track you down.
Yeah, no shit. How are you? Good fucking question. That's a good question for you callers that when you call in later, because we're gonna open up the phone lines towards the end of the show. And I mean, seriously, like, what the fuck? How are you gonna have fun being a kid stealing your parents' car and shit now when everything is driverless and you gotta have you know, apps and voice starters and this and that. You know, it just, as cool as it sounds, trust me, when it gets in the wrong hands, it's not if, it's when. Because it will. Money corrupts everybody. And the problem is we got to be able to get back to a point where we can accumulate enough private wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we can accumulate enough private wealth back in this country like it was, you know, 40 years ago, it wouldn't matter what these fucking elites want to do. You know, right now it's to the point of where it is because they've done so much and everything in their power to get rid of the middle class and to get rid of that private wealth that a lot of people don't even have any fucking power to say anything or do anything. They're getting regulated out of business, half of them.
And it's funny that all these people with all this money are the ones who don't want you to have your own private wealth. I mean, then fine, get rid of yours.
Exactly, yeah, you don't want private wealth, that's fine. I hear Mark Zuckerberg talking about he doesn't want fucking private wealth and how wealth should be redistributed. Look, I'm poor as fuck, all right? I've struggled my entire life, but I don't want shit handed to me. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be the one to hand it out, well then by all means, take all of your wealth and hand it out to everybody else, but don't restrict don't restrict my capabilities. Don't give me a glass ceiling. I don't want a glass ceiling. If it's a possibility I can become a millionaire next week, god damn it, I want to become a millionaire next week. You know, I don't care if somebody else doesn't have the smarts or the drive like me to do it. Well, so be it. Figure it out, find it out, and get it done. That's what this country was built off of, and that's where it should stay. And you know, that's part of the reason why it gets to me a little bit with this quantum computer, is because I know where it's headed. It's headed to a place where all these people are out here marching for, you know, right for $15 an hour, right? Remember that shit, right? They're doing that shit across the nation. Well, what was the state that they just had to retract it?
Was that Seattle?
I think no.
Missouri.
It was some down south. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna have Rob fact check that. in a little bit, but it was a state that's down south that literally had to retract that already. They've only implemented it for like a year. They had to retract it already because they're losing money. Businesses are going, either A, they're going out of business, or the people that have jobs with them already, they're not working full time anymore. So now instead of working full time, they're working less hours and less hours. So what's happening is a lot of these CEOs and a lot of these people, they're going towards quantum physics. They're going towards a robotic state where people crying about $15 an hour isn't an issue anymore.
Right.
And I'm not saying that people don't deserve more money, because some people do. But the problem is how can you say that your worth, or what you think is your worth, why should private businesses that have accumulated wealth, however they feel how they've ran their business, how can you feel that forcing them to pay something that literally they can show you on the books will make them go out of business? How can you think that that's going to be anything good?
Right. And in the end, it's all a scam anyways, because they're going to give you that $15 an hour. Okay, everyone makes $15 an hour, but prices for everything goes up. So absolutely nothing changes.
No, it truly never changes, because, who's going to eat it?
Right.
Is the corporation going to eat it?
Nope, never.
Fuck no, they're not going to eat it. We're going to eat it. The taxpayers are going to eat it. The consumers, the people that go out and buy shit, we're the ones that are going to eat it. So instead of paying $2 for a McDonald's hamburger, guess what? It goes up to $3.50, $4. They're not going to eat it. It's us that eats it. So, I guess that's the whole thing where they say that the quantum computing is going to necessarily be able to take over humanity and take over humans. Is a lot of these companies that are getting forced into this, they are not going to implement with it. They're just going to say fuck it, and they're going to get these robotics that cost them maybe a 1 yearly fee, a little maintenance fee, and that's it. They don't have to pay benefits. They don't have to pay anything. So yes, it sucks. It's fucked up. We got to try to figure out some way around it, and it's going to happen no matter what. But people out there protesting for more money and more of this for low-skilled and low-wage jobs, it's just dumb. It's just going to speed up the process, as you can see in Texas.
Right. How do you support a capitalist society if no one works?
Good question, man. Exactly. If nobody's working, if nobody wants to put in the work, if nobody's out here making the fucking money, if companies aren't the ones who are able to make $5 million a year and invest $2 million back into the economy, or invest $2 million back into their business, well then what the fuck is driving the economy? There's nothing. People can say that, the backbreakers and the sweat, the sweat drippers, we're the ones that run the country, but you know what? Look, I'm one of them. I work my ass off. I've done roofing, I've done construction, all that shit, but I'll tell you right now, I'm not the one that runs this fucking country. Okay? This country is ran, and this economy is ran on money, and people making big money and investing big money back into this country. And we aren't it. Sorry to say it. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I had to pay my way myself through college, 2 years of college, while support my family, and fuck, I started making $9 an hour.
You did? I remember that. I remember when you first started in that. I remember. I'm not sure if you were making $9 an hour in that job that you're at now.
Yes.
Not. Okay, but I remember. So I remember you making chump change. I remember you complaining about it when you first got out of college. You were like, oh my God, like, what the fuck did I even go to school for?
Right.
But the reality of it is if you work your ass off, and you show up every fucking day, and you don't take vacation days, and you show up when you're not even supposed to be there, and they basically have to kick you out of the company, what happens? Now what are you making?
More than $9 an hour.
We'll just say that, So, that's just a perfect example, And it is scary where technology is going, but we must embrace it as much as we possibly can. I guess my advice to everybody out there, if you are innovative, if you are smart, if you do think about things like this, and you know things about technology and stuff, get into it. All right, get into the tech world. Go and take some of these different tech courses and get yourself a career in technology. Whether you're the one making the robots, running the robots, whatever, just make sure that you're not the one swallowed up by this fucking society, because it's going to start eating fast. Trust me.
Don't waste your money on a liberal arts degree.
Definitely don't waste your money on a fucking
Stop
liberal
with the
arts
pointless
degree.
shit.
You're getting into debt for nothing. If you're going to get into debt for something that's going to make you money and advance you.